What's going on, Gifted Hands family? It is Elijah here bringing you another lesson, and today we're going to be talking about how to play gospel piano for beginners, okay? So whether you've never played a note on a piano before and you just want to dive into it, or maybe you've played another genre, you've been playing classical or some pop music or blues maybe, and you just want to get into gospel stuff. You want to get into gospel piano. We're going to outline the 3 essential ingredients that you need to play gospel. The great thing about these 3 ingredients are that they really apply across the board to all genres of music. Just meaning that when you learn these 3 ingredients for gospel, you're gonna be able to use them in pop. You're gonna be able to use them in R&B, in blues, and in country, and all these things. They work across the board, all right? So let's get into these 3 essential ingredients into playing gospel piano. Let's get into it, y'all. So the first ingredient that you need is going to be, you have to have a solid understanding of theory. Cool. So what is theory? Theory is just really a simple way, or a way that we explain what's going on in music, right? So we're going to use a song example in this lesson today, and it's going to be a song by Tasha Cobbs, and it's going to be called You Know My Name. So if you want to go check it out, put this on pause real quick, listen to the song, or you can just wait and I'm about to play it right now. Cool. So we're going to learn this song in C major. If you don't know what C major is either, keep watching. I'm going to talk about it. All right. So You Know My Name goes like this. Something like that, right? So that's how the song goes. You Know My Name by Tasha Cobbs. Really straightforward song. But how does this apply to theory? Why does it matter? So when we're talking about music theory, right? Music theory just tells us, all right, so if we're playing this song, You Know My Name, it gives us a way to explain it, a way to learn it, right? So this first chord is what we would call an F major chord, right? Real simple, F major. So a 3-note chord, also called a triad, right? Tri meaning 3. So triad is a 3-note chord. So our right hand is just gonna play F, A, and C. Left hand's gonna play an F. So we got that, right? You know my name. So we have an F major chord. That's a part of understanding theory. It's understanding how to build chords like a major chord or a major triad. Then our second chord is a C major chord, which looks like this. So C major, C, E, G, and our root note, C. All right. So this song is really composed of these 2 chords. Well, the first half of the song. So it would just be, you know my name. And really, something that I like to do is when I'm playing this F major, I like to add a G. And sometimes instead of playing the A, I'll add a G, okay? And there's a theory explanation behind it, but we're just gonna call it an F major chord, right? So you know my name. You can just hit it. Hey, you know my name. Hey, and you know my name. One more time. You know my name. Oh, how you walk with me. All right, so that's how the song goes, right? We got our first 2 chords, F major and C major. So theory just tells us, or helps us understand, not even tells us, just helps us understand, all right, if I'm trying to remember this song, it's just 2 major chords. F major, which is what we would call the 4 of our key. So a key, this song is in C major, just meaning that there's this thing called a major scale, right? Major scale is just this 7 notes grouped together. So pretty much all of the chords of our song are gonna be built off of this scale, or off of these 7 notes. So if we see an F major chord is just this note, and this note. These 3 notes based off of that scale. And then we have the C major, which is still based off of that scale. All right. So the theory just helps us remember, all right, this song is in C major. We have a couple major chords that make up the song, right? And then later on in the song, the chord progression changes. But if we understand theory, if we understand how chords work, how major chords work, how minor chords work, how our keys work, key signatures work, all those things, then learning songs becomes really simple, all right? So that's the first thing that we gotta learn. In order to play gospel music, we have to understand theory, cool? The second thing that we need to learn is technique. We need to build proper technique. And technique just tells us, all right, so we got the theory stuff. We know that, all right, we got our first chord is F major, our second chord is C major. How? Technique is how do we play these specific chords? Meaning my fingering. What specific fingers am I using to play these chords? My right hand is playing 1, 3, 5. Right? My left hand is gonna either play an F with my pinky, or I can play an F with my pinky and my thumb, which would just be called an octave, meaning I'm playing the same note, F and F, in my thumb and my pinky. All right? So technique just tells us how to play it. How loud are we playing it? What's the tempo, you know? Making sure we're playing all the notes evenly. That's our technique, is making sure we're playing it the right way, or it sounds good. The theory that we're playing, we're making sure that the theory sounds good when we play. You know my name. All right? And so technique also comes in handy when we get a little bit more advanced in our playing and say we want to start adding some maybe improvisational elements. And improvisation just meaning we're spontaneously creating something. We're creating something in the moment. Or we want to improvise. We want to solo over songs. So improvisation could be something like this on this song. You know my name. All right, so that might be some just quick little improvisational things that we come up with on the spot and that we can add and apply to this song. So technique is just going to allow us to whatever we can think about or whatever we can conceptualize in our head, whatever we can come up with, and just make sure that our hands can do it. Is making sure, think about it. Technique is just making sure our brain and our hands are lined up. Whatever we're thinking about can actually happen on the keys. That's technique. So we got to learn theory, first thing, and we got to build proper technique on the piano. That's the second thing. We build technique through practice exercises, through also playing songs, but mainly through exercises and things of that nature. Cool? So that's way number 2, that we play gospel piano. So the third way that we're gonna learn to play gospel piano is just going to be by learning gospel songs, right? And this works across the board. Whatever genre you want to play. If you want to play jazz, you need to learn jazz songs. Whatever the genre is that you want to play. If you're going to play something, you have to learn songs from that specific genre, right? So if you want to play gospel music, you got to learn gospel songs. So, You Know My Name. We already learned a part of this song, right? Let's continue to learn a little bit more of the song. So we got our first chord, You Know My Name, or F major. And then You Know My Name, or C major, right? Real simple. You know my name. 4. You know my name. To the 1. Cool. So that's the first part of that song. Pretty much that goes on for the first couple of minutes of the song. And then later in the song, we get to a section called the bridge, right? And in the bridge, the chord progression changes a little bit. So what do they do in the chord progression? What they're doing is they're going to play a 2 chord. Or a D minor. So another triad, just a 3-note chord, D, F, and A. Da 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 da. All right, so this is later on in the song. They're gonna switch to this, D minor, da 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 da, ba da da. And then we're gonna play C major in our right, C, E, and G, and we're gonna play an E in our left hand. Da 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 da. Got that? So. This is the first chord of our bridge. Da 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 da. 2. Da da da. C major in the right over E. Da 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 da. Then we're gonna go to F major, which is just F A. See, we already learned this chord, right? Because we played this in the other section of the song. So F major. Da 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 da. Then we're gonna go to A minor. 'cause you hold my hand. That's it. So just 4 chords for that bridge section. We already know one of the chords, so the rest of it should be pretty simple. One more time. Da da da, da da da, ba da ba, ba da ba ba, da da da, ba da da da. 'Cause you hold my hand. Let's do it again. Ba da ba, my fault. Da 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 da, ba da ba, ba da ba, da 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 4, da 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 da. 'Cause you hold my hand. And we're just repeating that over and over and over again, all right? So learning songs can be really easy as well. All this stuff is really simple. People making it seem like music is super complex, super hard to learn. It's really not. When you have a system in place, and when you break a system down into small components, small manageable components, it really becomes easy. So, and this is pretty much how we teach here at Gifted Hands Music. We're all about learning theory, learning technique, and learning songs. If you have those 3 components, you can play gospel music, you can play jazz music, you can really play any genre, right? So those are the main ingredients. And if you really want a deeper dive into learning the piano, into achieving whatever musical goal it is. Maybe you want to produce music, maybe you want to compose music, maybe you want to play for a local church, or you want to play in your local band. Whatever the goal is, you got to learn these 3 things to get there, right? And so I've created a resource to help the beginner musician who wants to learn all of these things in a clear way, in a concise way that's not going to take years and years and years. I want it to really take a couple months, and you should be able to have a solid foundation of these three things, right? So I've created the Piano from Scratch Masterclass for beginners. If you're a beginner and you're looking to learn technique, if you're looking to learn theory, and if you're looking to learn, most importantly, songs, gospel songs, jazz songs, things of that nature, then you definitely need to check out the Piano from Scratch Masterclass. The link will be down below in the show notes. But pretty much in this Piano from Scratch Masterclass, like I said, it's for beginners, and it's going to be a 6 to 8 month program where we're walking you through all of these fundamental theoretical concepts that you need to learn to play gospel piano. We're going to walk through a bunch of technical exercises that you can learn. We were talking about building proper technique. You build proper technique through exercises, through practicing technique, right? So in this masterclass, I provide the technique and the technical exercises that you need to be able to play piano fluidly. If you want to be able to, play all the different gospel songs, play jazz, play pop, whatever genre you want to take this masterclass, we outline the technique that you need. We outline the theory that you need. And then most importantly, you're going to learn tons of songs. In this masterclass, we break down, you'll learn about 30 songs, really over 30 songs. And you'll be able to play all these different songs from different genres, and it'll really help you understand music as a whole and put together the theory, together the technique all into one, and in playing songs from start to finish. Cool? So check out the masterclass. We also have other resources for more intermediate and advanced musicians that cater to you all as well. So just check the link down below. We have more information on all of our learning resources that you can sign up for today. Cool? Hope you got something from this lesson. Hope you really enjoyed it. If so, leave a thumbs up. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment down below. If you want to see more beginner tutorials, more beginner information, also drop that down below in the comment section. I would love to see it, love to hear your suggestions. All right. So until next time, y'all, be safe, keep practicing, keep growing, keep getting better at your craft. And I will see you very soon. Have a blessed day.